2025 and 2026 are shaping up to be absolute monsters for action-adventure anime, and honestly, my watch list is crying. So let's look at the top 10 most anticipated shows that are about to ruin our sleep schedules, and possibly our emotions. Alright, imagine being told, congrats, you're the chosen hero. Oh, by the way, it's also your prison sentence. Have fun dying repeatedly. Now that's sentenced to be a hero. In this world, the strongest warriors aren't saints or destined saviors. They're convicts shoved onto the front lines like disposable meat shields. Our protagonist, a guy who once picked a fight with a goddess, now forced into an eternal respawn cycle where death is just the start of your next work shift. Think Suicide Squad, but with swords, monsters, and zero paid leave. Every battle is high risk, no reward, because the only prize for surviving is being sent right back into battle again. What makes this exciting is that it doesn't sugarcoat being a hero. It's brutal, bloody, and depressing in the best way possible. Expect hopeless underdogs, cruel gods, and moments where you question why JRPGs ever made heroes sound fun. This isn't power fantasy, it's power punishment, and I for one can't wait to see just how grim this anime gets. You know a story special when it mixes treasure hunts, war trauma, indigenous culture, and comedy about bears eating people. Welcome back to Golden Kamui. After years of survival games across Hokkaido, we're finally reaching the final chapter. Sugimoto, Asirpa, and the crew are closer than ever to uncovering the location of the stolen Ainu gold. And by closer, I mean everyone's shooting, stabbing, and betraying each other with increasingly ridiculous survival tactics. This anime has always been part war drama, part history lesson, and part what the hell did I just watch? From insane prison escapes to cooking scenes that somehow feel like shonen battles, Golden Kamui never pulls its punches. And now the anime is promising an epic finale, adapting the conclusion that manga readers still rave about. Expect emotional send-offs, gut-punch deaths, and maybe even a few laughs, because this show knows how to balance horror with absolute absurdity. It's gonna be brutal, it's gonna be bizarre, and it's gonna be unforgettable. Matsuri kana? Golden Kamui! 強き者に生まれたならば、その力を人々のために使ってみせろ！俺に従え！レビアタン！ Yes, it's another reincarnation anime, but this one comes with a silver spoon and cheat codes built into your DNA. Noble Reincarnation follows a guy who dies and is reborn into the body of a young noble, only to realize he's got access to stupidly overpowered magic, skills, and political status from day one. Forget grinding for levels or begging gods for blessings. This dude was born with the aristocratic version of an all items unlocked save file. The charm here isn't just watching him stomp enemies, it's seeing how far he'll push his privileges. Rival nobles? Outsmarted. Monsters? Vaporized. Marriage proposals? Probably stacked in his mailbox. And yet, like every OP protagonist, there's the looming question. Will absolute power corrupt, or will he actually do something meaningful with it? Fans are hyped because the light novel was already popular for its mix of political drama and shonen action. Think of it as Overlord, but instead of a dark guild leader, it's your smug rich cousin who somehow is actually competent.
職業。それはこの世界において女神様からの祝福だ。君は無職だ。
In a fantasy world where everyone's born with a class, knight, mage, thief, our protagonist rolls nothing. That's right, he's literally classless, which in anime logic basically means congrats, you're about to break the system harder than anyone else. Hero without a class throws us into the life of a guy who, despite having legendary parents, gets 0 blessings from the skill tree lottery. Instead of giving up, he decides to brute force life through sheer willpower, improvisation, and reckless courage. The appeal here isn't just the underdog story, it's the constant comedic irony of a supposedly skillless guy outshining every OP adventurer around him. Imagine someone fighting demon kings with duct tape and raw determination. That's this anime. It's self-aware, poking fun at every tired RPG trope while still delivering genuine hype moments. Because deep down, who hasn't helped to flip the bird at a world that told you you're worthless? It's chaotic, it's ridiculous, and it's exactly the kind of dumb fun that makes anime season previews exciting.
俺はただの無職だ。
もう一度言う。宮廷魔法師アレク・ユグレット。お前はクビだ。卒業してから4年。だが。
アレク？アレク、僕と来てほしい。君の力が必要なんだ。
Fantasy anime loves underdogs, and this one takes the cake.
役立たずの元宮廷魔法師だぞ。
僕らの大冒険が始まるんだ。
Alec Ugret is a court magician who gets booted from his cushy royal job because his magic is only supportive. Translation, we don't think buffs are sexy enough. Big mistake. Because Alec decides, screw it, I'll become the strongest mage alive just to prove you wrong. What follows is the ultimate glow-up arc. Expect dungeon crawls, unlikely allies, and Alec flexing useless support spells in ways that break entire battles. Beyond the premise, fans are hyped because the novel blends strategy and action. Every fight is a chess match of timing, positioning, and magical creativity. And since anime loves revenge-driven protagonists, Alec's smug ex-colleagues are guaranteed to regret every word when he rolls back into court 10 times stronger. Never underestimate the support player, because now he's playing to win.
最強を目指す。
アレク！
やれ、アレク！
Season 1 was already a blood-soaked fever dream. Assassins and executioners stranded on a nightmare island fighting demons while also stabbing each other in the back. Now, Hell's Paradise Season 2 promises to crank every dial to maximum. Gabimaru, the emotionless ninja with a secret soft side, is still searching for the elixir of life while trying not to get dismembered every 5 minutes. The stakes are higher now, with deadlier enemies and rival factions making alliances that last about as long as shonen villain monologue. One moment it's breathtaking, the next it's nightmare fuel. Season 2 dives deeper into the island's mysteries, the horrifying Tencent beings, and the thin line between survival and madness. Mappa's handling it again, which means every fight will look so good you'll forgive them for working their animators to death. If Season 1 was survival horror, Season 2 is straight up hell unleashed.
全員で必ず生きてこの島を出る。必ずです。
Soulsborne fans rejoice, or maybe panic, because Sekiro No Defeat is about to drag us through the ringer all over again. Based on From Software's hit Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, this anime takes everything you remember from the game, dying repeatedly, screaming at your monitor, and questioning your life choices, and adapts it into glorious 2D Sakuga. The story follows Wolf, the shinobi who just can't catch a break. He loses his arm, gains a badass prosthetic, and spends the rest of the series slicing his way through Sengoku-era nightmare fuel while protecting the divine heir. The title says no defeat, but if you've played the game, you know that's a lie. You're gonna watch him die, resurrect, and die again, and it's gonna look amazing. The creative staff is stacked with talent. The voice cast includes heavy hitters like Daisuke Namikawa and Kenjiro Suda, and the animation promises to capture every perfectly timed parry and brutal execution. The game tested my patience, so I absolutely look forward to this one. We're finally here, the end of Bleach. The Calamity Arc is the fourth and final core of the 1,000-year Blood War saga, and if you've stuck around since Ichigo first shouted Bankai, then this is your ultimate payoff. Expect gods clashing, Bankai reveals that fans have waited literally decades to see, an animation so polished it makes you forget the decade-long filler arcs. This isn't just another season, it's the final season. Every character is stepping onto the battlefield one last time, and the stakes are cosmic. The manga's ending was divisive, sure, but now with Kubo himself supervising, maybe now it could be number 1. Get it? I amuse myself. Imagine all of your favorite captains pulling out their ultimate moves at once while Ichigo gears up for the final fight against Yuha. It's pure nostalgia, pure adrenaline, and pure Bleach hype. Whether you loved or hated how the manga ended, this is Bleach's victory lap, and you're not going to want to miss it.
まだ死ぬわけにはいかねえんだ。早い、とんでもねえ重力量だ。話は終わり。
全ての歪みがあの時始まったのかもしれない。全部壊して抱いてやるよ。
頼む、お前の力が必要だ。
JJK has become a cultural event at this point. Every time a new season drops, the internet stops. The memes flood in, and Mappa's animators collectively forget what sleep is. Season 3 takes us straight into the culling game arc, which is basically Gege Akutami throwing 100 new characters into a blender and asking, how much pain can you handle? This arc is pure chaos, deadly tournaments, shifting alliances, and Sukuna reminding everyone that he's the most terrifying villain in modern shonen. But it's not just fights, it's a war of ideals where Yuji, Megumi, and the rest are forced to push past their limits or get crushed. If Shibuya felt like the point of no return, Culling Game is where JJK truly becomes legendary. The hype isn't just about the story, it's about seeing how far the anime can push itself. With every Sakuga showcase, JJK inches closer to modern day classic status. Season 3 isn't just anticipated, it's inevitable.
行くよ、リカ。
今は違う。
When Free Ren first aired, it reminded us that not all adventures are about the destination. Sometimes they're about the regrets, memories, and people you meet along the way. Season 2 promises even more of that melancholic beauty. The Demon King is dead, the great quest is over, but Free Ren, the immortal elf mage, is still walking forward, piecing together what it means to live and lose across centuries. You know what I truly loved about this anime? It isn't about the giant explosions or constant fights, it's the quieter moments. You know, a character reminiscing over a campfire, or realizing decades have passed like days. But don't get it twisted, when Free Ren does fight, it's some of the most jaw-dropping animated magic battles in recent years. Season 2 dives deeper into her bond with Fern and Stark, explores her old companions' legacies, and shows that even after a grand ending, life keeps going. It's poignant, it's heartbreaking, and it's one of the few anime where silence hits harder than shouting. Get ready to smile, cry, and maybe question your entire existence.
早々のフリーレン第2期2026年1月放送開始
And that's the lineup. 2025 and 2026 are about to be stacked with so many action-adventure anime, and I'm pretty sure none of us are leaving our rooms again. Which of these shows are you most hyped for? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button if you're already overwhelmed, and subscribe so you don't miss me screaming about these when they actually air.